All right, so welcome to our Toddlers and Babies edition of our Inspired series. So this class goes for about 45 minutes to an hour. We usually take closer to the hour because we get so carried away with all the fun that we're having with you. Love you guys. If you've got a access to the chat, just share with us if you've got babies or toddlers of your own that you're feeding. And maybe if you've got a Thermomix as well, we'd love to understand our audience. I know that some of us maybe have children who've grown up, but some of you might still be in throes of feeding little ones, and hopefully that's where you are, either here for inspiration for yourself or for other people. So just welcoming my team. I've got Amy. Amy's over in Bombala. Jeremy's in sort of close to Canberra, Googong. So if anyone's in the area, they think they're in New South Wales and we think they're in the ACT. Oxy, we have down in the Shoalhaven. So, and I'm in Canberra, and my name's Claire. So we're going to present for you some of the dishes that we were inspired by tonight. And so let's kick off with you, Oxy. Are you ready to take it away?
Good evening, everyone. I have prepared for this. I love children. I love education. I work in early childhood education, and I'll start up with my dish as I talk. So today I'm making a baby-friendly, delicious coconut dal. So I'm going to go, and the first task is put some delicious, juicy tomatoes, onion, and garlic. So I'm just going to pop it in. Go next. And we're going to chop it for 3 seconds. How good is that? In 3 seconds? One, two, three. You can teach your toddler to number three, all right? And then I'm going to add more ingredients. Red lentils. Now, why this recipe is fantastic? Because it's gluten-free, it's dairy-free, it's egg-free. So for anyone out there whose child suffers from all these allergies, you can use this recipe and you can completely customize it to your needs. I'm just added my lentils. I'm adding coconut milk, 100 grams of coconut milk. It smells amazing already. I'm going to add some ground turmeric and ginger, just tiny bit. And then my favorite, look at this vivid color, cumin. Now I do love cumin. It's not really spicy, so I am going to add a little bit more. It's a vibrant color. You can use that language to teach colors as well. I'm going to put beautiful vegetable stock. Now, vegetable stock is a staple of all our Thermomix dishes. It's just magic. And I call the Thermomix is actually a magic pot that what it does, it just keeps cooking for you. So I'm adding 75 grams of water. I added a little bit more, but it's not life-threatening because my dal is going to be beautiful and running. So when I start this up, before I start this up, I'm going to say that children have around 10,000 taste buds in their mouths compared to adults who have around 5,000. So you can imagine why the children, can you hear the kookaburra? No? No, okay, so that's okay. I just was very loud today. So when you can imagine when children as a toddlers, when they try new food and they don't like it, that's because they have so many taste buds and the colors are so vivid, so vibrant, and that's why they can be picky. That's why they can be fussy. Now there is a way around it. So it's proven that children need to have at least 20, from 10 to 20 encounters with the food just before their brain decides whether they like their food, whether they like this color, whether they like this texture. So if your child hates the broccoli or tomato, please do give them to it 20 times, not at once, at least twice or 3 times a week, and keep talking about it. Keep persisting. Just because the child said no, don't worry about it. tomato and we try up to 20, 30 times if you want to be more persistent, because vegetables bring us an amazing microbiome, which builds, as you know, probably by on all over the platforms, everything. We are what we eat basically. So I'm so passionate about the food. I can the Jack Russell, please eat properly. And look, it's fantastic. So that's why I chose this recipe, coconut dal. It's so easy. It's so incredible. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments. Thank you, Charmaine. So please keep feeding your children that don't want to eat anything. When they turn to teenagers, they'll eat everything, let me tell you. But at this point of time, let's build a fantastic taste palette that's beyond fish and chips because it's too easy. So I'm going to let someone else to start their dish while we have this conversation.
Thanks, Oxy.
Thanks, Oxy.
Thank you
I'll
so
take
much.
over now. So just move my camera. So I'm going to be starting some baby-friendly stewed berries. So I've already pre-saved it to my week. Okay. So I've pre-prepared my berries and I just want to show you guys these vacuum containers. These are amazing. So I live in a rural area and I do my shopping once a week. And as you know, sometimes berries don't last very long. But I do my shopping on a Monday and then I put my berries into these containers and they last up to a week. Alrighty, so I've got strawberries. They've been washed and halved, 300 grams. And then I've got some fresh blackberries and fresh raspberries, 150 grams of each. All right, next. And now I'm just popping the lid on. And I'm cooking for 4 minutes on 100 degrees. And the blade is actually in reverse, so it's just kind of stirring them. So this recipe, it's 100% berries. There's nothing else in it. There's no sugar, there's no additives, no nasties. It's very versatile. So I'm going to be serving it on some yogurt, but you could serve it with pancakes or French toast. And I also just love that it's not just for babies and toddlers, like you can serve this to the whole family. Alrighty, does someone else want to get started?
Yeah, I think we got time for Jeremy.
Plenty of time.
Throwing some porridge.
Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy. Like Claire said, I'm in Googong, but also the Canberra region. Don't worry, I'm not too fussed about the border. Before I start, I wanted to make sure everybody's got the latest copy of the magazine. So a couple of us on tonight, check out the recipes, give it a go and let us know what you think.
Jeremy, why is that one so special?
I'd recommend starting with the page 126.
Oh, look at that. Who's that?
So there's a couple of us lucky enough to get selected to create a recipe and get spotlighted in the 25th anniversary magazine of Thermomix in Australia. So I think Charmaine's on tonight too. So I'd recommend giving both our recipes a try and letting us know what you think.
I love that. Two of our magazine superstars. That's awesome.
So I'm starting with the banana and peanut butter porridge. So I'm not sure, it might be zoomed out a little bit too much, but I can let you know what I'm putting in. One's really simple as well. It's just put everything in the bowl and let it cook. So nice and easy morning one. So also, I'm probably a little bit out of touch. My youngest is now 9, so I'm not haven't had to do baby and toddler food for too long, for a fair while now. But I'm just a sucker for an online class. Anytime there's space, I'll quite happily jump in. So you'll probably see my face a lot. So we're starting off with porridge oats. So I've just got rolled oats, 30 grams. Rolled oats are a little less processed than quick oats or things like that. So I'd always recommend rolled oats wherever you can. Whole milk. We don't have any allergies here, so I'm just using full cream. But feel free to change it up for coconut milk or anything else that your family are into.
Jeremy, in the Whole Food Child cookbook, which is one of the ones we've got some of these recipes from, it has a macadamia and hemp seed milk, and that is, I love it. Like that's pretty delicious, but it'd be excellent for babies as well, high plant proteins.
Yeah. I never really branch out far past about coconut milk.
That's still good.
A banana, about 40 grams of banana. And 1 teaspoon of peanut butter. So this one's also a cookie dough recipe. I just use the peanuts and peanut oil recipe to do peanut butter. Oops. And that's it. Oops. And then just cook for 10 minutes.
Nice.
I'll
How's
show you what
yours?
it's like when it finished.
Thank you. Have we got time? Is yours ready, Amy, or do we move?
I've got about 20 seconds, but maybe I can explain my next step.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. Let's pop it down here. So the timer's about to go off, but my next step is actually just nearly the same. So another 4 minutes, but we're reducing the temperature to 90 degrees and the blades are still reversed. So there we go there. So
What's
yeah,
what's the current temp on it, Amy?
it was on 100.
Okay.
So it's just reducing it a little bit. And yeah, because it's an automated recipe, everything's set, everything's ready to go. I just have to press start for another 4 minutes and then it's ready to be served warm, or you can cool it, you can freeze it. Yeah, it's up to you.
Awesome. All right. Well, while we've got a little bit of time, I'm going to get started with one of my recipes. So this is, I love to wear Thermix branded stuff, and this is something that our consultants and field team are currently earning this month. So you get random things that you get to earn, as well as some pretty cool things like a second bowl blade and lid set is something that our consultant team are earning at the moment with their sales. And some of them have actually just earned themselves a second Thermomix. So Amy is one of those, and a couple of the people in on the call today. Now, the two dishes I'm going to show you are the first one I'm going to cook for you is the mini vegetable pasta, which was on my screen, but now it is not. So I'm just going to go into my week, where there's quite a few recipes saved. And it's called Mini Vegetable Pasta 10 to 12 months. So this one, if you want to know where a recipe is from, you can actually scroll to the bottom and it should tell you. So this one is also from Whole Food Child, which is a Louise Keats collection. So there's 88 recipes in that one. All right, this is heavy laden with beautiful vegetables and it's super quick. So the first thing I've got is my onion and my garlic. And of course, great thing is you can change the ingredients for babies. Let me just chop that. 7.
Also amazing how the Thermomix chops it up so fine. So if you have a toddler that might not like the chunks of onion, the Thermomix can do it up pretty fine.
And I just love how quick it is to move to each step. And I also love how easy it is to use this spatula. I'm a bit like Jeremy. I haven't done baby food for quite a while. My youngest is 16, and unfortunately, I didn't have a Thermomix when my kids were babies, which I'm really sad about, but very passionate that everybody who has babies has a Thermomix. So I'm now just going to saute that for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I might just come over to these unless someone else is ready. Not yet?
I've got a minute 20.
Okay, cool. I'll get the biscuits started. So this one is cheesy, baby-friendly cheesy broccoli biscuits. I'll share the links in a sec. So I've preheated my oven, and the first thing I do is I grate some cheese. So it's not a dairy-free recipe. You could potentially try to make it dairy-free, although a lot of it is the cheese. Grate that. So I love how easy it is to grate anything, break it down. Like Amy said, you know, making sure things are small. So there's our grated cheese. And then my next step is to add some broccoli florets. So I've washed these in I actually used a Nutrimetic solution, which is special for getting rid of chemicals from fruit and veg. So if you can't afford to buy organic or you don't have good access to local organic food, then it's great to clean them in a solution that removes pesticides. So that goes in, that's 130 grams of broccoli. And I'm just going to chop that at speed 7. Again,
Mine's ready to go, Claire, so I might just
yeah, go for it, Amy.
So I'll just try and show you guys. So the berries are kind of still whole, but you can see there's a lot of juice there in the bottom. This particular recipe, you don't whiz it up, but of course you have the option to do that if you'd like to. So yeah, now I'm just going to pour it into a container and I'll serve it up with some yogurt later.
Awesome. Now there's so much you guys can learn about cookie dough, about recipes. When you host a demo, you just get so many tips from your consultant, and also cookie dough is a big thing. So there's a lot to learn. Not difficult, just sometimes you don't realize you don't know. And so that's why we love to do demos with you. We love to share the Thermomix with your friends. For the next part of the biscuits, I'm going to add some plain flour, baking powder, paprika, and some butter. So I just got a little bit of butter here. Definitely helps to have things weighed out, ready to go, doesn't it? And mix that for 5 seconds. Now, meanwhile, this is why I love having 2 Thermomixes. I've sauteed my onions. So I'm coming back to my vegetable pasta. And this is an incredible dish for the amount of vegetables. So I've got some pumpkin and some carrots. They go straight in. I have some tomatoes, so fresh tomatoes that have been cut up into quarters. They go in. And I've got a little bit of tomato paste, which I'll get in a second. And I'm going to chop that. 7, speed 7. All right, so that was pretty quick, right? That was 8 seconds. And here's my chop of carrots, pumpkin. What else do I have in there? Tomatoes. Next, and I'm going to cook that. So I've got 10 minutes to cook that. All right, back to my broccoli biscuits. So while this one has 10 minutes to cook, I'm going to finish my dough. So here is my butter, my flour, my baking powder. I add in my broccoli that I have chopped up, and I add in my cheese that I have grated. So of course, grating your own cheese, make sure there's no additives, anti-caking agents, and then I'm going to mix that speed 3. So the reason we don't have, Oxy, you don't have babies anymore either, do you?
No, I don't, but I work in a preschool where there are lots of beautiful little children.
Yeah, and look, I'm not saying you're not experienced. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
we don't have enough consultants with babies that are willing to jump on these sessions because we're like, okay, put it
They're
out
busy raising babies. That's what it is. They're putting them to sleep. They're all probably screaming and yelling right now. It's a witching hour. So let's pick up our game and support them, right? It's yeah. I personally I love children. They are incredible, amazing children. And just like you, I wish I had a Thermomix then. I
Yeah,
really do. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. So like for anyone, if you've got any friends out there who have babies or toddlers and they don't have a Thermomix, you know they need one, right? Because it's just a game changer. So for my biscuits, I just added 1 egg and 100 grams of milk. Again, like Jeremy, if you want to make it, although it's already got cheese, but if you want a different milk just for a diversity, you could put a different one in. So here is my cookie dough, just like that. So it's nice and pliable. So while other people work, I'm going to roll that into what I need to do to get biscuits. All right. Who is ready to take over?
I have 2 minutes to go,
Awesome.
but my towel is almost ready. I can show it now if you want.
Yeah, amazing.
Because lentils do not really take a long time to cook. You can see the portion is very small. You can increase the portion and you can freeze lentils. They do not turn to be watery. They turn out really well. So I'm just going to pour it on a plate. I specifically picked a blue plate. So this color, this vibrant color looks amazing. I'm going to go and get a spoon and show it to you. Actually, why spoon? I show you is a, look, how good is that? And the smell is incredible. The other thing here, while I'm here, I'll remind everyone to use their spatula clockwise. And that way you will save your spatula because our Thermomix knives are so sharp that they will cut basically through anything. So please do save your spatulas by mixing clockwise. And if there are any questions, we can all answer. There are no silly questions. You can ask any questions right here, right now, and we'll answer them for you. And I hope you all make a menu plan, at least 3 days a week. So you save your money and you save your central nervous system from all the questions that your family asks for dinner. And they all know. Look at this. It smells so good. Look at this. It looks like a bright, shining sun. It's purely amazing.
Looks amazing, Oxy.
It is. I love it. I love it. I wish I could teleport it. Hopefully, with all the new technologies, or sent it by some friendly cooking drone, right?
How's your porridge going, Jeremy?
I am all done.
Oh, nice.
I went to put it in the thermo server, but I don't think I'd be able to hold it up to show everybody.
Looks
So that
good.
was 10 minutes and ready to go. That was the other thing I wanted to mention as well. So if you haven't seen the new thermo server, for the rest of this month as a host reward, if you host a qualifying demo, you can get one of these for free. So definitely reach out to your consultant and book in a demo for the end of the month.
So here's my yogurt with the berries, finished product. Oh, can we see that? Yep. So I just quickly wanted to talk about yogurt. Everyone's probably aware that you can make yogurt in the Thermomix. It's really amazing, and it's really budget friendly as well. Last month, the cooking class was actually based all around yogurt, and I do believe there is a YouTube link for that. I'm not sure if we can put that up, Claire, if anybody wants to go back.
No worries.
But yeah, yogurt, it's really easy. One recommendation is to use a really good quality starter. So I use Jalna. I just buy a little pot. And then when you make your yogurt, you can save a little bit so you can you don't need to purchase a starter for your next batch. All right, I might move on with the slice now. So I've actually pre-made the slice. Show you. So this is what it looks like. This is the base. So I'm just going to talk you through what I did, and then I'm going to demonstrate melting the chocolate for the top of it. All right, so I used roasted almonds, roasted cashews, and dates. Now, I've made this recipe with different nuts before, just whatever I have on hand. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but sometimes I find myself with lots of little packets of nuts that have been open and need to be used up. So this is a perfect recipe that you could use up those packets. So once the almonds, the cashews, and the dates were in, I chopped them up. So 3 seconds on speed 6. So that was just like a rough chop. And then I added some dried cranberries, some coconut oil, some almond butter, some honey, some ground roasted wattle seed, some vanilla extract, ground cinnamon, and some sea salt. Now the wattle seed. So this is a bit of a specialty ingredient. Mine I got online from Herbies because that's not something I can buy around here. But if you're in Canberra, you'd probably be able to find it somewhere. But honestly, you don't need to use it. You don't need to rush out and buy it. I don't think it'll make a big difference if you don't have it. So once all those ingredients were added, it's stirred for 40 seconds on speed 3, reverse blade. And then I transferred the mixture into the prepared tin, and then I let it set for 2 hours. So then of course you need to clean and dry the mixing bowl in between. But if you had that second bowl, that would be a great opportunity to just use your second bowl instead of having to clean and dry up. Okay. So melting the chocolate. I've got 150 grams of chocolate here. I'm going to pop that in. And we're going to grate. So 10 seconds, speed 8. All right. So now I need to scrape down the sides of the bowl. I just want to show you guys, like that really did a great job of chopping that up. So that's just going to make our melt time a lot quicker. So now we're melting. A little trick here is you could add a little bit of coconut oil, and that just will make it a little bit shiny. It'll kind of give a nicer cut as well, like more something you'd see in a cafe, whereas when you're just melting straight chocolate, sometimes it cuts a bit funny. Okay, so yeah, 2 minutes, 40 degrees on speed 1. And then there's just a note there that you can prolong the time if necessary, if we need to melt it to make it smooth. So I'll come back in 2 minutes.
I was going to say with my biscuits, this here, did anyone notice this, Matt? Look at this. It's a Thermomix one. This is actually our brand new Thermomix mat. So it's got a variety of different things. It's got your sizing down the side and across the bottom. And then over here, it's got a little bit of a care guide, but also basic ingredient conversions. So, you know, when you're like, well, I need a cup of flour, how many grams is that? And it just gives you a bit of guidance there. So yeah, this is our new one. It's not available to customers yet, so our consultants are earning these at the moment. But yeah, keep an eye out in the mix shop or just come on board and be a consultant with us and you get to earn one too.
I forgot to add with this slice, people are probably wondering, because it's not really baby and toddler friendly, but we added this one special for mum, for the postnatal mum. We can't forget about mum. They've got a huge job. So this is perfect slice for them, and I think any new mum would be gifted a slice like this. And Claire actually gave me a tip earlier in the day. She likes to make this slice as well. You like to really like deep roast the nuts, Claire?
Yeah, or like by accident initially, to where I kind of burnt the nuts a few times, but didn't want to waste them because I like to buy organic nuts. Anyway, used them and the slice was just delicious, like totally different flavor. I also like to chop the nuts a bit more than what that recipe does. I find that they're a little bit too chunky sometimes, so I just give it a bit more of a chop. Yeah. I'm just going to finish adding in my vegetables. So at the moment, I've got my cooked tomato sauce. The next thing is we're going to add some zucchinis, so another whole bowl of veggies, and we're going to add some mushrooms. So huge amount of vegetables. Let's see if my teenagers eat this. Your babies probably won't care. And that one cooks for another 5 minutes. So let's just go with that. I'm also going to do a dough pre-clean on this one after the biscuits.
Now, I wanted to add before with Jeremy's porridge, if anyone makes porridge at home, you know how difficult it is to clean up afterwards. Like it just sticks to the saucepan. But if you do a pre-clean afterwards, like it just cleans it up really, really nicely and just makes things so much easier.
That was the quick pre-clean after the porridge.
Amazing.
And the worst thing about doing porridge on the stove is like every time I burn it, literally, like I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do a beautiful soak my oats overnight in my saucepan and just turn it on for a few minutes in the morning, warm it up. Every time, fully burned, have to literally spend like an hour scrubbing the frying pan, saucepan. Definitely need a Thermomix.
I can jump in next. I'm got a banana caramel thick shake to make as well. So this one did require some pre-soaking. So I jumped in and done that this morning. Um, can get back into your recipe through the recently cooked. Sorry if it's too zoomed out. You can just go into your recently cooked and click on the recipe and just jump back in where you left off. Oops, a bit too far. So now I've got the dates and banana all in one there. Four pitted dates and one whole banana cut into smaller pieces. 20 grams of white chia seeds. The seeds are used as a bit more of a thickener in the thick shake. And then once again, milk of choice. So I've just got standard full cream, but whatever suits. And then the reserved oat mixture that I put together this morning so that it's nice and thick. So that was just oat and kefir milk.
Sounds amazing. I've never thought having oats in my thick shake.
Now, I'm a thick shake person. Or more of a smoothie, and I put oats in my smoothies every morning.
Right.
Well, kids love smoothies too. I know all mine have through the years.
And that one will just go on for 3 minutes.
Awesome. What else? What I wanted, does anyone need to go or can I show the collections we've been using?
You go. I'm
Okay.
interested too.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to screen share for you guys for a moment. So we have a couple of collections that we particularly love. Just give it a moment to come through. So I'm just going to go to explore. Now, if you're in your main cookie do, you want to go into search and we're going to search by collection. So instead of searching by recipe, we're going to search by collection. The first one, you could just type in baby and things will come up with baby that's in the title. I have a feeling, there you go, all the baby ones end up coming up. So the one we're using is Love at First Bite, but you've got to use the English version. We're also doing Whole Food Child. So you'll see those. A lot of the only problem with collections is you can't filter out the different languages. So you kind of got to work through. Whole Food Child also has recipes for mum, which is what Amy was talking about. So it's got Postnatal, there's some amazing recipes in this one for all ages, not just babies or postnatal mums. So I've got some of my absolute favorites in here. So you've got a range from purees to mains to drinks, baked foods, dinners, you name it. There's, pumpkin hummus. So that one is an excellent collection. Recommend everyone has a go at that one. The other one that I particularly love is Love at First Bite. And this is a weaning journey. So if you've got really friends out there who've got really young bubs who are going to be starting food soon, this is excellent because it works you through your purees, then through your steamed vegetables, which would then become your purees. You can use your basket, you can use your Varoma. So either way, when you're steaming in the Thermomix, this is a great way to sort of help you out. Then you've got, your porridges. That's the one that Jeremy's doing tonight. Through to baked goods, mains, Oxy's doing the baby-friendly dal. And then you've got some amazing things like, baby-friendly guacamole or smoked salmon spread. I think there's a liver parfait one, which is excellent for nutrition for your young ones, through to chunky mains. So yeah, just wanted to show those to you guys because I feel like they're excellent collections that everyone should have access to, particularly if you are feeding a family. My pasta has just finished its second cook. So the next thing it says to add some basil leaves, which I forgot they're in the garden. So I'm not going to add my basil leaves. I'll add them later. And I simply now need to blend because sorry, there we go. I need to blend because I've got the mushrooms and the zucchinis in there. The reason they went in second is to retain some of their nutrition and they don't take as long to cook. So I'm going to be out for about a minute.
The blend function of the Thermomix is amazing, but I found like from having a baby when you need the really fine puree and as they get a little bit older, what I would do is then use the reverse blade just to like introduce that bit of a chunkier texture, like not huge chunks, but it kind of shreds it up a little bit. I found that really handy through, as the baby grows a little bit. But also, like, my youngest is 4 and my oldest is 15. And I had a Thermomix from pretty much when my firstborn was a toddler. But like, I feel like I've gone through all the eras, like from the baby purees and then, to the chunkier kind of foods. And now she's 15, she's actually cooking dinner herself. And it's like a bit of an activity when her friends come around. They love using the Thermomix. So yeah, having a Thermomix from when you have the baby, it's a great investment then.
It is indeed. May I add something, please? My daughter lives in Canberra in university on a campus. And so we've had Thermomix since she was 11. So when she moved back to uni campus, and lived all by herself, Thermomix cookie dough in particular taught her incredible life skills like financial literacy. She had to cook for herself. She had to budget for that amount of money that she was allowed to spend that month. So from babies to adults, this Thermomix is not just a cooking smart kitchen. It gives you life skills, health, food choices. You build food palette. Again, I'm highlighting beyond nuggets, those terrible McDonald's nuggets. No offense, no judgment. I used to love them. Sometimes I still do, but I'm talking about it.
My chocolate is ready, so I might just show everyone. I did have to prolong the time, but that was easy. I just repeated the step a couple of times. So now I'm going to pour it onto my base and it's ready to go.
And you can, do that one with the chocolate too, can't you, Amy?
You sure can.
My sauce is ready. So here's my pasta sauce. It actually makes a really big amount. Now remember, this is literally just vegetables. There was no I didn't add any water to that. So this is pretty much a veggie puree. Now I'm with Jeremy. I've got my thermoserver out. I did pre-cook the pasta in advance. This recipe actually says to do it after you've done the sauce, but I did it with, so I put some water in the bowl. I did kettle mode to warm it up. I then did open cooking for cooking my dry pasta. I find open cooking for dry pasta is incredible. If you've got a TM7, you have that function. It means that the water, the blades don't spin, but you can give it a stir every now and then if you need to. So I open cooked my shells. So you want a small type of pasta if it's for babies. And then you just pour all of your sauce on. Give it a little bit of a mix up. It's very saucy. We're not feeding our babies much pasta here. We're feeding them lots of vegetables. I would say that this is probably more like not meant to add the whole lot, but that's okay because I can just cook more pasta. Yeah, so you put a little bit of the pasta in a bowl, pour some of the sauce on top, and sprinkle with your cheese.
I did see in the tips and the tricks for that one down the bottom that you can also use that sauce for like pizza bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could, yeah, very versatile.
I did add I cheated. I added a little bit of veggie stock paste, just because I knew that, we don't have baby pallets in my house. We got like old pallets, so we need salt. So that has some veggie stock.
One more thing with my melted chocolate that I didn't mention before, but because it was on below 100 degrees, it was on 40 degrees, and the blade was on 1, that meant that I could actually pull the lid off without stopping it to check it. So that's a new function with the TM7.
All right. How's your smoothie there, Jeremy?
All done. Ready
Don't
to
tip
go.
it out. You
So
have
you
to
can.
taste it. We want to see you taste it. My biscuits are nearly done. I did them really chunky though. Like for you toddlers, you probably want to do tiny, tiny ones. I did big chunks because I was feeling lazy. Let me get one out of the oven so we can get our final photo.
It's really cool though that you can hide some broccoli in some little
Yeah.
bickies.
All right. See, here's one.
That looks cool.
Smells good. It is a little bit undercooked, but it's firm enough to get out. Okay. Is everyone's dishes done then?
Yeah, my husband was about to eat my dal, and I'm like, no way.
All
You
right.
know the
Well,
baby.
we are going to get a group photo. So just before we wrap up, just remember, guys, we would love you to consider joining our team. You don't have to present in these classes, which is why a lot of people don't put up their hand because, we have some shy people in our business as well. But it is an amazing way to learn more about your Thermomix. So come on board, be a part of it with us. The other thing is there's a great purchase offer at the moment. If you have been considering getting yourself a TM7, you can get a second bowl for $199 with your 7 up to the end of March. So you've got to move quickly. But from April, you can actually host a demo and get a second bowl blade and lid set as a host. So look forward to sharing all about exciting things and we'll see you guys next month. But first, now, how am I going to do this? Got to get a photo and show my stuff. Okay. I'm just going to have to put that down. One sec. All right, here we go. You ready? Oh. All right, I think done. Yay. Well, thank you so much to my awesome team. We will look forward to seeing you guys next month. Have an excellent evening. We'll stick around if anyone has any questions.